Hi, this is Brenda Green, and welcome back to Living in the Go. So, today I'm talking to you about your finances, and I'm calling this Run the Numbers. So, you wonder sometimes what's the difference between being rich and being broke, and the habits that get you there. And so, a lot of times, real wealth is, I call it stealth. You don't really know when people have money. And so, look at some of the habits they have. A person who has money, he'll be driving a used car. There are so many people who are actually millionaires and they're driving a 10-year-old car. They're not out there in the latest BMW or Mercedes. They have a Honda, a Toyota, in my case, a Subaru. And they drive it for years. They pay it off and they keep driving it. And that's what they do. But because they realize that their wealth is not tied up in something that depreciates. A person who is broke is flashing, right? They might have this wonderful, beautiful car. You think, oh, that's really great. Well, they got a lease, and they're paying like $500 a month for this lease for 3 years. So 5 times 12 is $6,000, $18,000 for a lease. And at the end of the lease, they still got to get another car because they don't own it. So wasted money to look good, showing stuff on the Instagram, right? They're at the rooftop bars having drinks with friends. They're picking up the tab on their credit card. And it looks glamorous, and they do it for the likes and the clicks, but they're not building real wealth. And so the people who have money, you'll see them at the Costco buying a bunch of chicken. They come home, they meal prep. You see people online meal prepping, and people be saying, oh, that's whatever, I don't want to do that. But that's people who have money because they realize prepping your meals, eating at home. I cook 99% of my meals at home, and I have whatever I want. I will buy good quality food, and if I want a steak, I'll have a steak. It's cheaper here. I make it better. I know what's in it. So that's what I'm saying. So in order to do that, you have to look at your habits in order to maintain and keep that lifestyle going for yourself. So broke people, they do things because I think they're trying to demonstrate that they are worthy. But people who have real money, they don't care. I don't care if I had the latest outfits. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not trying to impress people. I'm neat and clean, certainly, and I will find a bargain something because I like nice things with quality. But I'm not out there to have people look at me and go, she's a millionaire. That's not important to me. It really isn't. What's important to me is I got money in the bank. What's important to me is that I'm going to be able to leave some generational wealth for my family when I'm gone from here, because you can't take it with you. So those are some of the things I was looking at. I was looking at somebody, their Instagram, they were young, right? And they were talking about how they were partying on the weekends. Well, if you're building true wealth when you're young, that's the time to build it, because compound interest is your friend. So instead of being out at the bar every weekend, say no sometimes. Your friends that be thinking, oh, you're square, you don't want to be with us, whatever. It's not that. I'm building a life for myself for the future so that when I get older, I have some things. Doesn't mean you can't have a little fun now and then. So if they're going to the club every weekend, maybe you go once a month, to participate and be with your friends. But the bottom line is that you know what your priorities are, and your priorities are to make money. That's what we're here for, really. We build money so that we can have a better lifestyle, better quality of life. So those are some of the things. Buying something used. People think, oh, I don't want to do that. You know what? I love a good bookstore, especially one that has used books, and I like hardcover books. Ebooks, be mindful. I mean, they're quick, easy to put on your tablet. However, if they get corrupted, the book is gone. A hardcover book is my favorite, and I have tons of them, and I continue to buy them. And the books that are just coming out, I'll wait and go to a bookstore with used books, and I'll buy that same book for 1/3 of the price, because I do enjoy books and I don't have to spend the real money for it. So buying things used, buying a car used, a 2-year-old car, all the kinks is out of it, the depreciation, because when you drive it off the lot, it drops thousands of dollars. But you buy it 2 years old, it's been tested, you know what's happening with it, and it's still good. You can get a warranty and you can drive it till the wheels fall off of it, right? Furniture, you see people going to estate sales, looking for furniture. There was a time when I bought a table and it had been originally like $1,000 or whatever. You know what I paid for it? $150. The table was still great, still good. I looked it up to see the value. It was $150. I'm like, this is my table. So you could buy used furniture. That's what rich people do. They don't just go out there and buy the latest, greatest, newest things, and you don't ever know. unless somebody tells you, like me telling you about my $150 table. But you get the message. So those are the things that you need to look at and be mindful of. And those are the difference between being rich and being broke. So a little bit of information for you. Hope that helps. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.